Hey, welcome. It's been a while since I did the last video. I've been traveling. Um, in this video, I'm showing you a wedge cut that I performed, or two wedge cuts that I performed in this larch. I explained in the beginning of the video the provenance of this tree and how long it's been in the pot and so on. This introduction to the video is just to show you the state of the tree now, almost 6 weeks after the wedge cut was performed. The wedge cut was performed in the beginning of August, and now it's almost, well, it's mid September, and yeah, almost 5 weeks, 4 weeks and a few days, and this tree has passed all the heat of August without an issue. That means that water transport is flowing to all the foliage, and this wedge cut here, really there is no foliage before it. All the foliage comes past this point. All this part here comes from this branch here, and all the rest comes from here. This is a tree that I will start styling it or selecting branches at least, and maybe wiring the primary branches in the spring. But I don't want to reduce too much. I want to make sure that I have enough resources passing to maximize the speed with which this heals. As you will see at the end of the video, I ran out of battery and I didn't film the whole thing, but you will see the bend. Now if you see the bend here, there was a very straight line here, so this bend actually only changes maybe 15 degrees here and removes the straight line that was going this way in this current angle, but the majority of the bend is here now. As you can see, this is a testament to the flexibility of a larch. This branch has maybe, I would say, a diameter of 4 centimeters, and it can flex this much. There was some flex before, but not as much. Another thing that happened after I filmed the video is that the wire that you see at the end of the video holding the bend gave up, and I had to reposition it after. So that was quite stressful. So if I can give any tips to anyone trying a wedge cut, first of all, the time to do it is a time with after the heat of summer, after, I would say not after the heat of summer, but during summer dormancy, such that you have all the period of vascular growth to heal, or to start to heal the wound, but you don't have as much sap flowing at the time of the operation to prevent, to clog to clog the connection between the two cambium layers in the wedge cut. As you will see also, I'm using plumber's putty instead of any of the traditional cut pastes that use in bonsai. This is holding very well. It's hard and it's very dry. I'm not entirely sure if it will break away the bark eventually when I take it away, or if it will fall out on its own. This is a problem that I will face when I have to deal with it. This will stay connected like this for as long as I can keep it, maybe 3 years, I don't know, and this will stay here for also. I have no hurry to remove it, but it keeps the water out, and that's what's important. Any other things to mention? I haven't seen any new growth after the operation, but I haven't seen any loss of turgidity of the leaves. I've seen a repositioning of the branches towards the sun with the change of the angle, as you can see here and here, um, and here, for example. And yeah, I think the operation was successful. I'm not yet entirely sure about winter storage. This tree normally spends the winter outside, but given the unpredictability of the beginning of winter here with extremely cold temperatures without snow, and then warming, and then freezing snow, and all sorts of things, I may consider keeping it in my cold storage, which has limited space, so I have to be selective. And the disadvantage of that would be that in the spring it would start growing without enough light, and then I would have long, sloppy foliage. So I still haven't decided yet what I will do regarding winter storage. I may put a grow light for this tree in the cold storage in the spring after bud break, just to try to increase the strength of the luminosity that it experiences in the spring as if it was outside, and give it a longer growing season to further heal this wedge cut. But like I said, I'm still not sure. Maybe I'll ask Ryan Neal and Walter Paul about what would they do in this case. But yeah, the two options are to leave it in the snow or to put it in cold frame. So we will see what happens. Hi, today we will be performing a wedge cut in this larch. This tree was collected in May 2016. It has recovered from collection for 3 years, and it was potted in this pot this spring. I believe there is a video about repotting it, and now it's the time to perform this wedge cut. This is the good time of the year to do it. This is the ideal time of the year to do it while it still is in leaf, but it's not growing so severely, and this is the time of the year where you have vascular growth, so it will heal quite quickly here where we perform the wedge cut. It's a difficult tree to style, so my design idea for it is to highlight this mild movement in this direction, but then this is just a sore in the eye and it's too strong, so I want to make a wedge cut somewhere here, just after this bump here, somewhere around here, to bring this down maybe about here. And so in the future this branch here will become a feature around this side of the tree, and this straight branch that also needs to be given some movement will be the new front, and there are a few branches here that will frame the back. I apologize for my neighbors working in their garden, but today what we will do is make a wedge cut here and raffia and put some movement here. I don't want to exert too much force here once I made a wedge cut here. So the first thing we will do is work on this area, and then afterwards perform the wedge cut. Now a bit of the theory of the wedge cut. The idea is to create a triangular cut that the height of this triangle, the height of the triangle is approximately 50% of the branch, maybe slightly more but not much more, and you have the cambium on the two extremities, so when you fold them together through mechanical force, the cambium here and here will join and then it will heal. Of course, this is an exaggeration of an angle, it's more perhaps something like this at most, and it's not clear if I will reach the final angle that I really want at this time with a single wedge. Perhaps next year I'll make another one. So this is an iterative process. Of course I cannot wire this tree, it's in leaf and it's impossible to do it on a larch. I could make a wedge here. I may do that, but not a wedge, not a triangular wedge, just a cut wedge. So it's a very fine movement that is just closing it. So I'm going to perform a wedge cut here. And I will bring this down. I'll tie it from here to the elbow to make it as straight a line as possible for the force on the wedge cut to maintain the two sides together. To add insult to injury, I'm using this little knife that I made myself with a blade which is 22 inch per teeth, 22 teeth per inch, that broke, with a handle made from a branch that came from here. So this tree is contributing to its own wedge cut. So I will make a small wedge cut here, 50%. First I will prepare the guy wire so that it's very easy to finish the operation when the time comes after the cut. It is possible to drill a hole and in this way put the guy wire, instead of having to go around the branch. But today I will go with the standard style of tying around the trunk. I'll prepare the guy wire in one extremity first, and I think maybe this is too strong of a wire for here. So I threaded like this, so this will go around the trunk like that, and there is no way that the rubber can slip. So that is done. Now I will prepare the rubber that goes under the trunk. Now I will perform the wedge cut. I'm not sure if you can see from there, but it's better from the front, so I make sure. These blades they cut on the pull, so always pulling back. Yeah. About 50%. Look. Okay, so the wedge is cut. It's a slight angle. The outer bark broke a bit, but the inner bark, I didn't hear a single crack. Now we'll protect this from moisture, and what I'm using is plumber's putty. Which is ideal for this. It's waterproof and that's it. So that's the first wedge. And now we need to make the second wedge cut here, bringing this down, and I will make one wedge cut here, and it has to be orthogonal to the axis of the branch so that the cambium really joins between the two extremities. So the wedge cut here will be here to bring this down. So I'll use a bigger